What's up, everybody? It's Christian Craig. We're here at my house in our new studio. This is the first episode of Candid with Christian Craig. I'm stoked to be bringing this to you guys. We have obviously some cameras set up, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my trophy room slash office slash studio that we've now turned it into. This has been something that has been in the back of my mind for quite a while, and something I've wanted to start for a long time. So we're here. I'm excited. This is, like I said, episode 1. It's June 19th, and I'm excited to show what we have planned. Right now, if you can see, there's another chair next to me. It's empty today, but we do plan on having some guests in the future. We plan, dirt bikers. Who knows? It could be anybody. No, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm a big podcast listener, and I have been for a long time. I think everybody listens to Joe Rogan. I think that's kind of the pioneer of it. And when I had my injury, it kind of was like, all right, maybe we should do this. And then I kind of, I didn't make the jump to purchase stuff. I didn't do anything. And then, a few weeks ago, I was like, all right, let's do this thing. Spent a lot of money on equipment, on cameras, microphones, mixers. We went all out. We tried to get this thing just right. We want it to look good and sound good. So, I hope this can turn into something cool and something I plan on doing for a long time. Whether it grows big or it doesn't. I think it's just me enjoying it and having fun. This is another thing that I like to do. So I feel like I have a lot of insight in this sport, and I'd like to, talk about it. So and obviously I'm still racing. I don't plan on stopping to race for quite a while, and kind of go behind the scenes of what it's like to be a racer, what it's like to be kind of in my position, how it's been going, the future, the past, go through it all. So we went with Candid. Paige came up with that name. I think it turned out cool. It's 3 seasons in a row, pretty much. Candid with Christian Craig. And we're going to be on all platforms. I'm excited to bring this to you. I'm excited to grow it. I know the first few episodes of anybody doing a podcast, I'm going to look back in a few years and be like, wow, this is look how far we've come. So bear with me if the sound's not the greatest, if the camera angles aren't the best. We're going to keep adjusting, trying to grow, try to get a little bit better each time. And like I said, we're going to have guests, from now on after this. This will pretty much be the only, me podcast. So we plan on having guests and having fun with that and telling stories, and talking about dirt bikes, talking about life, talk about, everything. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see that I have this big old brace on my arm. And we are almost 9 weeks post-surgery from my crash in Glendale that happened when I crashed in practice, broke my elbow pretty badly and dislocated my hip. Got that all fixed and was on the road to recovery. And everything was looking good to start riding after 8 weeks. And we went and got checked up the 6-week mark. I went and got a CT scan, and it showed that the plate and the screws have backed out and that pretty much everything broke off, unfortunately. And that was a tough pill to swallow, especially the way I found out. It was a Wednesday, it was a Thursday. Wednesday, I got the CT scan at my 6-week checkup. And usually we get an email after the doctor reads it and goes through it all. I didn't think anything of it. And my wife ended up reading the email first. And she was actually out in the movie theater, or was about to go to the movie theater with my 2 older ones. And I was in the backyard with my littlest one, Madden. And we're just hanging out and she comes running back and freaking out. And I'm just like, wait, what's going on? And she's pretty much like hysterically just crying and freaking out. And she's just like, your arm is broken. Everything fell apart in it. The screws were broke. The plate shifted. Like, your arm's broken. And I'm like, wait, what just happened? And it was pretty tough to sit there and listen to that, after I feel like, I did everything right. Like, I didn't do anything to, like, I didn't go ride early. I didn't jump on something too early. I did what the doctor told me. And so to get that news that the plate didn't work, or, pretty much my arm's still broken after 6 weeks, it was tough because I had a date set and I pretty much let everybody know that week before I found out that I was planning on riding June 15th. And yeah, I've been pretty quiet about it, but after I found out about that on Thursday, I flew out within an hour to Colorado and had surgery the next day. Yeah, the doctor was like, yeah, what did you do? Did you do something that you noticed, like a pop or felt something break? And there was never a moment where I was like, oh crap, like that didn't feel good. Maybe I should get it checked out. And there's nothing to hide. Like, if I felt that, I'm going to go get an x-ray and get it checked out right away. So that threw me off, first of all. But yeah, the doctor obviously has never had that problem before. He's never had an issue like that. So he had to go back in there, pretty much redo my whole entire elbow and put in some gnarlier screws. Took bone from not only my leg this time, but he also took bone from my wrist. And I didn't find that out until I woke up and my wrist was aching. So, yeah, that was Friday. And when was that? That was the Friday before Hangtown that I had surgery. So we're going on almost 3 weeks now. 3 weeks Friday. And yeah, it's pretty much a complete start over, unfortunately. And it's tough. It's because, if say everything did go right and I was healed, I would be on the bike right now. I'd be at the track. And it's tough not to think about that. It's tough not to have those plans kind of ripped out from underneath you. And it's easy to pretty much go into a shell. That's kind of what I did. I like I said, I haven't told anybody. I haven't said anything. Only a few people know. So this is kind of my injury update and what has been going on. The plan is to get healed up. There's an outside chance to make maybe the last few outdoors, but this is tough. This is hard. It was a hard phone call to make to my team. They were getting my bikes ready. I had a plan, like I said, and that all changed pretty quick. Within 2 days, I was back on the recovery, just getting out of the surgery room. So yeah, after that, probably for the first week, it was pretty dark days. I was didn't want to talk to anybody. Didn't want to even, it was tough for even my wife probably to deal with me. This is my not only my job racing dirt bikes, but I love the sport. I love everything about it. I love waking up each day, getting to go to the track. And I know I'm 31 years old now, and I know that time is, it's that window is closing of my racing career. But I feel like I have so much more left in me that I want to prove to myself and, to my family. So to have this injury again and be out for another 8 weeks on top of what I was already, out as, it's crazy. It's mentally, it takes a lot out of you. I think that's the biggest thing about injuries in our sport is how much it hurts you mentally. Like, we're all pretty tough and can go through the surgeries. I'm used to it. I've had plenty of surgeries. I'm used to the pain. I know what to expect. It's not the physical pain. It's the mental pain that you deal with and you go through each day. So shout out to my wife, my family for dealing with me through this time. You know, after a year like last year, you know, it seemed like everything was going so well, and this year, obviously, it's been quite a bit of a struggle. Results wise, I felt like I would ride good and then just didn't show up on the weekends. So it was yeah, tough go. But that's kind of the update of my injury right now. Like I said, complete redo. We're on week 3 now. Trying to heal up, trying to do it. We are doing it proper. We are taking our time on this one and plan to make these last 3 playoffs. That's kind of my goal that I'm setting. And if it happens, great. If not, we get ready for next year. So let's go back to I want to kind of take it back for the people that don't know me, the people that are kind of stumbling across this podcast. Like I said, my name's Christian Craig. I race professionally Supercross, motocross. I have been pro since 2009. Been racing quite a bit. I grew up racing. My dad raced professional, so I grew up literally in the sport from a baby on, and yeah, just made my way to the professional ranks, and have had a tough go at it. It hasn't been the greatest career, but I've had some ups, some downs, lots of injuries. So yeah, I mean, we can go back to my rookie year. I was about to get ready for Supercross in 2010. Had a bike shut off on me testing at the test track in California, and pretty much crushed my whole lower back, and was paralyzed for a good 30 minutes until the ambulance showed up. I've told this story quite a bit, but we remember it like it was yesterday, November 3rd, 2009. So yeah, after that, my rookie season was done. I was off the bike for a year completely. I think if I wasn't 18, young and kind of dumb, I probably would have stopped racing. You know how dangerous that was and how hurt my back was. Lots of surgeries, lots of therapy. I lived at a therapy place for a month trying to, regain my walking, and luckily I was. And yeah, so that's kind of the story. After a year, I came back racing, struggled with injuries for the next few years, just little nagging ones that kept me off the bike. And eventually I said, screw this, let's go try real life and get a real job. And I met my now wife, and we got married in 2013. I said, I'm done racing. Let's go start a family in Minnesota. So that's what we did. I stopped racing completely. Took 2 years off. We had a little one, Jagger, in 2014. Yeah, I thought everything was going as planned, and I had a normal job, 9 to 5. We bought a house, and we're doing good, but deep down, I still had some fire left in me to race dirt bikes, and I would still race for fun here and there. And then eventually I said, screw it. I need to give it one last chance before I'm too old. And 2015, I started racing again. And I think if you kind of look from there, it has kind of trajectory that, it's been better for me. So, got my first win in Supercross in 2016, dealt with some injuries, 17, 18, pretty much, the next 5 years, and fought for the championship in 2021 with my teammate. And then 2022, I was able to win the 250 West championship with, some good races, some good battles. I pretty much put it all together after however many injuries I have, all the years I took off. It felt good to get that one. I think that's everyone's dream, is to win a championship, and I was finally able to do that. So, especially with my family there, it was huge. And then obviously I had a great rest of the year in 2022. I signed my first 450 pro deal for I had a 2-year deal. I have a 2-year deal with Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. I'm stoked, man. That's exactly where I wanted to be. I made the call to the team and said I wanted to ride for them. Next thing you know, we had a contract, and yeah, that's kind of the start of my 450 career. I went a little bit late to 450s, but better late than never. So I love what I do. I love racing dirt bikes. I love the training aspect of it. I love everything about it. I enjoy, even when I'm not racing, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm watching the races every weekend, and especially right now, I'm full spectator mode. So, yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much my life story in a nutshell. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of something I've been wanting to do, like I said earlier, and something I want to bring to the audience and to the moto fan or just the casual fan. Try to help grow our sport a little bit, if I can, and talk about some cool stories. So yeah, we're here. I guess I didn't really explain my family. I have I'm married. Been married 10 years this year, which is pretty crazy to think about. Awesome wife, supportive wife, has been there through the ups and downs. Got me here today to where we are. We are actually, I didn't even say where we are. We're in Florida, We're Orlando area, Florida, and we have been here for almost a year now. Our life's pretty hectic, I would say. We've moved probably 4 times in the past 4 years. So this career is pretty gnarly. You're bouncing around quite a bit. We were based out of California for a while, and then the team I was on, they moved to Tallahassee. We had to move to Tallahassee last year, so we were there for 1 year, and now I'm in Orlando area, and I train out here, train ride, and we go. Yeah, it's full on. So we're here in my house. I got 3 kids. Luckily, they're out and about right now, or else you would be hearing it and seeing them running in this, because this office that I have right here does not have any doors. So I'm sure one of these episodes you're gonna be seeing them. But yeah, pretty crazy, hectic, chaos at all times in this house. Lots going on. We got my oldest one. He's 8 years old, Jagger. He's into riding quite a bit, but not fully, which I'm perfectly fine with. He's I'd say a casual rider. He once a week, maybe even once every 2 weeks, or sometimes he'll get onto a roll to where we will go multiple times a week. So he's kind of into that right now. What else is he into? He just started flag football, so that's pretty interesting. So we'll see what he thinks about that. He's doing a camp this week. And got a 4-year-old, Lennon. She is full of it. Yeah, she's got our hands, we got our hands full with her. She's a piece of work, but we love her. She's into cheer right now and dance, so I like taking her and doing that. It's pretty fun. And then our littlest one, Madden, he's 1 and he'll be 2 this year. He's a daddy's boy. I'm sorry, Paige, but right now he's a daddy's boy. That'll probably change. You never know. But yeah, always kids running around. We're always out and about doing stuff. We are not good at sitting down and just relaxing. We are always on the go. Literally, it's probably because of me. I have ADHD, and I'm always wanting to do stuff. I'm on to the next thing. That is why I'm sitting here with cameras and a microphone, because I'm going nuts, not racing and not riding, and I need something to keep me busy. Other than my family, I want something to work towards. I do train off the bike right now, but I'm pretty limited, unfortunately. So we're gonna do this podcast, and we're gonna try to stick to it. Try to have fun with it. And yeah, I mean, other than that, not a whole lot going on. We are it's a pretty quiet time in the Craig house right now. We're usually traveling every weekend, and it's hard to stop that. It's hard to just, especially when you get hurt, to just stop that chaos that you get used to. You're on the go so much. We spent a month in California when the season started in January, and then we were back here traveling every weekend, each race, and then boom, it was done. So it does take a toll whenever you kind of stop that circus show. So it's been tough. It's been something that's going to help me. I'm going to try to grow from it. I'm going to try to learn from it and try to be stronger for when I do get back on the bike. And it's given me a lot of time to think, to know what I need to work on, and to be a dad. Unfortunately, I cannot hold my kids the best right now with one arm. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm not sure how long we are. I didn't introduce, we got Logan in the back. He's going to be controlling it. He also films our videos, our YouTube videos. If you guys do watch that stuff, thank you guys. But he's going to be taking care of it. And hopefully we get this camera stuff right. We're at 22 minutes. I do not have a time limit on these videos. I would like them to be close to an hour. I know when I watch podcasts, I think an hour, just you're able to listen to it in a truck or like when you're working out, something like that. I like to do that. So I think when we have guests on there, it could go over an hour, but I think 1 hour is, that perfect time slot. So yeah, I just want to give an update on life and what we're up to. We are, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, like I said, this was my trophy room. This is the room I was only allowed to have my racing stuff. So I had my championship bike right where I'm sitting, and that got kicked out to put these chairs to start this podcast. So I'm not trying to flaunt anything. This stuff was already here. I moved it all pretty much out of the way to, start this. I'm like I said, this is week 3 of recovery for me. Still got quite a bit to go. I'm gonna probably start in therapy here, within a week or two, and hopefully start strengthening it. I know I lost a lot of muscle in my right arm, especially right around my elbow. It looks like skin and bones. It's pretty crazy, but we'll build it back up. We'll get stronger again. Yeah, I just can't wait to ride again. Like I said earlier, I love the training part of it. I love when I wake up, go for my warm up, head to the track, grab my Starbucks on the way. If you don't know me, I pretty much get Starbucks every morning. I don't want to know how much money I've spent on coffee there. I really don't. It's not good though. But we're on the way to Starbucks, and then I train with Alden Baker, the Baker's Factory, and we have a good crew there. Me, RJ, my teammate, Malcolm, Cooper, and AP. It's a good crew. We have fun, and I enjoy it. I know it's a lot of work. It's not all just fun, and there's a lot of suffering those days. A lot of days you're sore, tired, and but man, I love everything about it. Especially right now, I miss it so much. It's tough to wake up and not have that, So I'm trying to stay busy. I'm trying to keep my kid into riding. We tried to qualify for the Redos, kind of. We did an area or 2 areas, and it didn't go the greatest. I think he's still learning. He's still trying to, we're just trying to get him improved, and he doesn't ride a ton, and he's not fully into it. So, and I wasn't either at his age. I raced BMX when I was his age, and I raced until I was like 10 or 11, and all of a sudden I wanted a dirt bike after that, and BMX was out the window. So maybe that's kind of his plan, is he'll get into it later on. If not, he's going to have a dirt bike in the garage, and he'll know how to ride when he wants to. And he's learning the 65, which is pretty fun to watch. We'll have a YouTube dropping of a little lap time battle we did the other day of his 50 and 65, which one he can go faster on. That was pretty fun. But yeah, we're just, man, time's going by quick. We kids are growing up fast. We're getting older, but we try to keep it fun. We're always on the go, like I said. On to the next adventure. We're not doing Loretta's this year, but it's something that I want to bring him to one day and experience. I think that'd be awesome. I knew I got to experience it for a few years. I never got to win at Loretta's, but it was always cool to go there. It's fun to spend the week at Loretta's and enjoy that with family and friends. So maybe one day we'll do that with Jagger. If not, maybe Madden. We'll see if Madden's the crazy one in the family. I think he is. He's already he's got a bruise on top of his head at any time because he's always jumping off stuff or running into stuff. So he could be the daredevil of the family. Who knows? But either way, I'm like, if he doesn't want to ride, it's perfectly fine with me. He's got golf clubs in the garage. He has a pretty good swing too. I'll say that. He's got potential in golf. I know it's a tough sport to make it, but it's less injuries. And he's seen how many injuries I've had, since he's been born. So he's got golf. What else can he do? Oh, yeah, he's into flag football now. He's got to start basketball camp next week. So he's going to learn how to play it all. And yeah, he's 8 years old. Can't push it. I know I want him to be good, but it's up to him if he wants to. I'll give him the path of what he wants to take. And if it's no sports, then that's all right. We're going to support him no matter what. And yeah, I mean, we when I do take him racing though, the amateur sport is gnarly right now. The kids that he's racing, I feel like he's pretty good. And then we go to a local race and these kids are jumping over his head. Like there's a kid that pulled up on the gate and he's wearing a Polar watch. I'll never get over this. We're at Orlando MX a few months ago. This kid pulls up with a Polar watch, like one that I wear for training. And I don't even wear it right now because, I don't need to. But he had a Polar watch on and he's looking at it. And he starts the time, like right before he goes out, he clicks it. And I'm like, what the heck? So I went over there. I'm like, is that Polar watch? And I thought maybe he just has it. He's not really using it. He's like, yeah, I just record my time and my heart rate. I'm like, what? Like, you're 8 years old, dude. And he had a heart rate strap on too, like the one that goes around your chest. That just blew me away. And he was racing Jagger, 8 years old. This kid was ripping, by the way. He's on a Cobra. He was ripping. So I thought that was pretty funny. This sport is pretty crazy. There's obviously a lot of training facilities around, especially around here. There's a lot of facilities, but we are the weekend warriors right now, me and Jagger and the family. We like to go to all the local races, little ones, big ones, have fun. But I thought that was a pretty funny story. Thought this kid with a Polar watch on that was racing Jagger. I'm like, I didn't even know what a Polar watch was till I was 25. Like I still forget to wear mine. And this kid was wearing it and starting it on the line. So props to him. That was pretty funny. But yeah, it's Monday. We are on the go. I took Jagger to flag the football this morning. I'm going to take Lennon to cheer later. And yeah, we are going to have a guest come this weekend. So I hope to have the episode up at this time next week. If you guys can guess who it is, leave some comments in the YouTube page or wherever this is posted that you watch it. Guess who's going to be sitting in that seat right there. We pretty much have him locked up. He could flake out, and if he does, he will never hear the end of it. So, yeah, other than that, from now on, we're going to try to have some cool guests on, talk about life, talk some funny stories, some serious stories, and enjoy it. I hope you guys are listening and having fun with this, and this is kind of the intro podcast, but yeah, each week we'll talk about something different. Maybe we'll talk about the race going on, the series, what I'm up to, but yeah, I want to kind of be a bench racer also. I know there's a lot of those out there, and I feel like I know a lot in this sport, and can show or can, tell some cool things. So thank you guys for watching episode 1 and listening. You can get this podcast on, I think we're signed up for Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can watch this first episode and every episode on YouTube. I appreciate it, guys. Leave some comments, subscribe. What else do they say? Click the bell and like this podcast. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back in a couple days with our guest coming up.